Is the thing on?
Yeah.
The human body is remarkably well designed. Most of its organs have a great deal of extra capacity or reserve. They can still function adequately even when damaged. For example, more than 2/3 of the liver must be destroyed before serious consequences occur, and a person can survive after an entire lung is surgically removed as long as the other lung is functioning normally. Other organs can tolerate little damage before they may malfunction and symptoms occur. For example, if a stroke destroys a small amount of vital brain tissue, a person may be unable to speak, move a limb, or maintain balance. A heart attack which destroys heart tissue may slightly impair the heart's ability to pump blood or may result in death. Disease often affects anatomy, and changes in anatomy can cause disease. If the blood supply to a tissue is blocked or cut off, the tissue dies, that is, an infarction, as in a heart attack, myocardial infarction, or stroke, cerebral infarction. An abnormal heart valve can cause heart malfunction. Trauma to the skin may damage its ability to act as a barrier, which may lead to infection. Abnormal growths, such as cancer, can directly destroy normal tissue or produce pressure that ultimately destroys it. Because of the relationship between disease and anatomy, methods of seeing into the body have become a mainstay of the diagnosis and treatment of disease. The first breakthrough came with X-rays, which enabled doctors to see into the body and examine internal structures without surgery. Another major advance was computed tomography, in which X-rays are linked with computers. A CT scan produces detailed cross-sectional, two-dimensional images of the body's interior. Other methods of producing images of internal structures include ultrasound scanning, which uses sound waves, magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, which uses the movement of atoms in a magnetic field, and radionuclide imaging, which uses radioactive chemicals injected into the body. These are non-invasive ways to see into the body, in contrast to surgery, which is an invasive procedure. Because anatomy is so important to medicine, almost every section of this book begins with a description of the anatomy of an organ system. Illustrations throughout the book focus on the part of the anatomy being discussed. Additional color pictures are located in two separate areas in the book to help illustrate various important aspects of the human body. The body's genetic material is contained within the nucleus of each of its cells, which in an adult person number over 5 trillion. The genetic material consists of coils of DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, arranged in a complex way to form chromosomes. Human cells each contain 22 pairs of non-sex autosomal chromosomes and 1 pair of sex chromosomes for a total of 46 chromosomes. Each DNA molecule is a long double helix that resembles a spiral staircase. The steps of the staircase, which determine a person's genetic code, consist of pairs of 4 types of molecules called bases, including nucleotides. In each step, adenine is paired with the thymine, or guanine is paired with cytosine. Genetic code is written in triplets, so each group of 3 bases codes the production of one of 20 possible amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins. For example, GCT codes for the amino and alanine, while AAA codes for the amino acid lysine. A gene consists of the code required to construct one protein. Thus, a gene is a collection of DNA in sequence. Genes vary in size depending on the size of the protein they code for. All inherited characteristics or traits are encoded by genes, although many traits are governed by more than one gene. Some genetically determined characteristics, such as hair color, simply distinguish people from one another. Variations in hair color are not considered abnormal. However, other genetically determined characteristics are important for the body's normal structure, or functional variations in the genes controlling such characteristics may result in a hereditary disease. A chromosome is a collection of genes. Genes are arranged in a precise sequence on the chromosomes. The location of a particular gene on a chromosome is called its locus. Telomeres are like tiny caps. Okay.
Okay. So let's